I had heard this story about a king and his elephant some time ago, and just this morning it came to my mind while I started working. And I thought I'll share this with all of you because the story really inspired me today to do something meaningful and to do something different. And the story goes like this. There was once a king who waged a lot of war, and therefore he had many elephants that went with him to war. But there was this one elephant that was his favorite. And this elephant was large, big, really strong, and really fearless. And this elephant was responsible for many victories for the king. And so the king loved this elephant the most. But over the years, the elephant grew old, and the elephant had to be withdrawn from war and kept aside in his palace, well taken care of, but was no longer taken to war. And very soon the elephant started aging, started feeling demotivated, and then one fine day while it was going to its swamp to have water, it found itself sinking into a swamp of water, and it couldn't get itself out. And so the news went to the king that his favorite elephant was sinking. Nobody could help it. The king came, his ministers came, and all his soldiers came. They tried to pull this elephant out of the swamp, but the elephant being so heavy, it was very difficult for them to bring the elephant out. And so they were all helpless, just looking at the elephant there, just sinking in deeper into the swamp. And then suddenly one minister came up to the king and gave him an idea, and told him to get all the war drums together and start beating the war beats. And the king thought it was a very funny idea, but tried it out anyway. And so his war drums were called out, and the sound of the war beats started reverberating through the drums right to the elephant's ears. And when the elephant heard those beats, it felt so powerful and found energy and motivation in his weak body that on its own he struggled out of the swamp and came out into safe land. And they were all surprised to look at how this old elephant, who didn't have the energy early, came out on its own without any help. And the story leaves a message for me. Sometimes we may feel that we've run out of energy, we've run out of motivation, we've run all kinds of paths and failed, and there's nothing left inside us. But sometimes we need to get those war drums inside, those drums calling out for action that helped us come out of the zone in the past, that inspires us so much that it overcomes the physical weakness that we may feel. And it tells us there is more to us than what we tell ourselves or what our body tells us. So my invitation to all of you, like I did for myself this morning, is to find that music, to find that inspiration, to find the internal mantra to get us out of this zone, whether it's a zone of depression, whether it's a zone of sadness, zone of victimhood, zone of I've tried everything, it's not going to work. And bring ourselves out, because there is so much more within us and so much more that we are capable of, that only if we let ourselves unleash would we be able to live in full glory. So I hope this message brings some meaning for you, and I wish you all the very best.